Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make activity 132.8, the pin slider block. First, I'm going to go ahead and use these overall dimensions. See, this is 0.734 by 1.75. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new sketch on the front. Click on front. I'm going to make a rectangle, as I just said, and now D for dimension. This one's going to be 0.734. And this one is going to be 1.75. Now I'm going to extrude it. If you see over here, it says 0.375 tall. So I'm going to extrude 0.375 tall. Finish that sketch. Extrude. Click on the corner so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to extrude 0.375. Enter. There we go. There's our extrusion. Now I'm going to chamfer these edges. If you see down here, see how it says 0.125 typical? That typical means if it looks like it, it probably is the chamfer. So I'm going to have four chamfers on the outside, all four of them. Later on, when I do the top, you'll see here there's four chamfers on here as well, on the top, right here. All right, but I'm just going to do the outside ones right here, the outside ones. So I'm going to click on the chamfer tool, and I'm going to, under entities to chamfer, first, it's going to be 0.125, and it's going to be equal distance because both of them are 0.125, so it's going to be equal distance. And I'm going to click on the edge. I'm not going to click on the face. I'm going to click on this edge, and I'm also going to do, I'm going to do this extrusion, and I'm going to do this, this edge. So notice we have all three edges so far, and I need to get the other edge down here. So that way I've chamfered all four of those edges. So I just made 1, 2, 3, 4 of those chamfers. So those are done. I'm going to check, and those are done. Okay? So I did this whole base part on the outside. Now I'm on top. I need to go ahead and make this rectangle and extrude that and chamfer it. So now I'm going to make a new sketch. Right click and make a new sketch. And I'm going to click on front, so I'm looking at it head on. And I'm going to make a rectangle. And I'm not sure where it is. It's kind of there-ish to there-ish. Okay. Now it's 0.141 from each side. So I'm going to go ahead and hit D for dimension. From this edge to here is 0.141. Same thing over here. 0.141. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and extrude it. It's going to be 0.813 minus 0.375 tall. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and done with that sketch. I'll click on a corner so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to extrude. And I'm going to click on that rectangle. And it's going to be 0.813 minus 0.375. Hit enter. Okay, so notice what it does. All right, it should go ahead and do the math for us. So 0.8 minus about 0.4 should be around 0.4. So it should be around 0.4 tall. So let's see if we double click on it. See, around 0.4 tall. So it'll do the math for us. It's a computer, so it'll do the math for us. Okay, now I'm going to do those same four chamfers on this edge, these four edges. Okay, so I'm going to click on chamfer again. It's also going to be 0.125, 0.125. Again, 0.125 typical, means it looks like it, that's it. Equal distance, so I'm going to click this corner. I'll click this corner. I'll click this corner. And now I need to get the opposite side. So I'm going to click on, let's see, I need to be able to see this corner. So I'm going to get that corner. All right, there we go. I got all four edges of extrude 2. That looks good. Okay, well, let me go ahead and spin it around so I can see. It looks pretty good. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my hole, and I also have to do this rounded edge, this fillet here later on. Let me do the hole first. Okay, so I'm going to make a new sketch on the front face, make a new sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and put a point on it. But first I'll click on front, so I'm looking at it head on. Click on point. Okay, kind of in the center-ish. All right. Now it's going to be 0.875 from the left edge, so I'll D for dimension from the left edge. To the point is 0.875, and from the center to the bottom edge is 0.367. From the center to the bottom edge is 0.367. So that means I've set the location of my point. So I'm done with that. I'll click check. I'm done with that sketch, and now I'm going to choose the hole. Here we go. Here's hole. All right. So it's going to find that hole. This has the squared off U. Notice the squared off U is a counter bore, so it's already set up for counter bore. Is this a through hole? Well, you'll see here, okay, it says right there, through hole. So it is a through hole. Good. Okay. So the diameter of the through hole is 0.165. So this is 0.165. Oops, 0.165. Okay. Next, we have the diameter of the counter bore, 0.177. 0.177. It's missing the diameter symbol. Should have had that. 0.177. And the depth of the counter bore is 0.633. So 0.633. So we've got 0.165, 0.177, 0.633. That looks good. We click on check. Now let me go ahead and click on the corner. I think I forgot to choose where it was going to make the hole from. I got to click the point. There we go. See that? Click merge scope. Click check. Looks like it didn't take. Something happened. There we go. Okay. I had to click the actual point where I made the hole. So let's just check. Look at it on the front. Hole looks like it's good. It doesn't quite look right because it's not a counter bore. Oh yes, it is right. It's good. Okay. All right. So that's done. Next, I need to do this chamfer on the edge. Let's see if we look over here. See how you can see it's a little curved? I said chamfer, but it's not a chamfer. It's a fillet. So we have to fillet this side here and as well as the opposite side. All right. And the fillet is a radius of 0.25. So let me go ahead and click on my fillet. All right. I'm going to click on fillet. And it's a circular. Leave it a circular. Radius we said is 0.25. Again, typical means if it looks like it, it is. So I'm going to fillet that edge and that edge. And we'll click on a corner so we can see what it looks like. It looks like it's good. Click check, and there we go. So that's how you make activity 132, number 8.